Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to When Pigs Fly. Happy Eclipse. Woo woo. Stuff's getting crazy. It's been crazy. It's going to continue to be crazy. And we have the biggest treat for you guys. We couldn't think of anybody that would be more fun, more authentic, and someone who's going to give you a new perspective, not just on the eclipse, but many other things. Today, we have a special guest, Cinimon Clark. And we're going to talk all things eclipse energy, about psychic mediums. If we're lucky, she'll even talk about the animals, which we all love. And we don't talk about the animals enough on here. So, with that said, welcome, Cinimon Clark.
Hey y'all! I'm so excited to be here, and here's hoping that I let other people speak because I get so excited I can't ever shut my mouth. But I'm so excited to be here, and like Eclipse. I want to actually hear, and I know this is kind of flipping the script here, but I want to know how y'all feel about the whole Eclipse thing because I kind of feel like everybody's feeling like shit, and this is a part of it, and I feel like we can all sort of go, oh, thank God you're feeling like shit too, because this means it's not just me. So if your life is completely upside down, oh, thank God, right? So I mean, because all you're all feeling it too.
A-
This,
Absolutely.
can't
Yeah.
sleep, irritable, nothing's working right, can't seem to get enough food in my body. Just all wonky and off kilter, and even the critters outside my where I live, there critters everywhere. Critters are acting all funky. Everybody's feeling it, you know.
Absolutely. And in different ways, and all the things you just said, you know, disrupted sleep or too much sleep, and then craving. I'm glad you brought up food, craving different foods that you've never craved before. But that's what we're supposed to do. It's supposed to feel in and say, okay, wait, what does my body want me to have right now? And if it's a pound of French fries, it's a pound of French fries. And it's like, right? It's
That's not just me? Okay,
like,
cool.
So yeah, we've
Woo!
been, I think, Tracy and Renee, I'll let you guys chime in, but yeah, all of the above. And some people, like for me, I haven't had anything that I would consider to be like where I felt poorly, but
Right, right.
absolutely, but definitely fatigue, weird sleep patterns, because normally I can
Crazy
sleep.
dreams.
Oh, the dreams things
Um,
like wild. It's all stuff purging.
Yep.
It's all
And I've been
purging.
smelling smells like, ooh, that's the medication I used to take when I was a little kid. Ooh, that's the perfume
Wow.
that my grandmother used to wear. Ooh, that's the food that my grandmama Modine Posey used to make in her little T90 kitchen in the Mississippi Delta, frying up them frog legs. And I'd sit at that little formica table like, ooh, I know that smell. And I'd be eating pickles, like fried pickles and like all these, and just boom out of the blue. I'll be folding sheets and going, what the frickin', what is that? So it's just this, and it's like a Rolodex, like going through the, yeah, oh yeah, there's that one, you don't need that. Oh yeah, here this, and it's just tossing it, making space
Yes.
for whatever's coming next is just what
Bingo.
but we all feel like we're in our bubble, don't we? Because oh well, I don't sleep because of this, that, or the other, or I'm just craving this food because I'm hormonal or whatever.
Yeah.
But when we kind of pool resources and all talk about it together, we go, shit, you too? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a universal freaking thing. Like,
Yeah.
how cool is that?
Yeah,
You
you don't have
know?
to label it. You don't have to label it. It just is. And Tracy, I know when she's can you jump in and add on because Tracy recently had an experience where she was literally having a moment with her grandmother. And so
Oh, oh, I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, so I love that you brought it up because my big analogy of going through this clips is like being in a washing machine, and we're deep cleaning. We're getting out the deepest stains and the darkest dirt so we can let in and have this, vibrant new fabric shine forth, which can be very tumultuous, but it's awesome. And when we dig deep on all of those things, I've had my grandma come in so strongly, craving crazy foods, and I am not in my bubble. I have businesses and I'm out in the world, and it's fascinating. And we've talked, on actually other episodes and amongst ourselves, how it's really presenting in the collective. And most of them don't know what's happening, which is a little, we just hold the space, we hold the energy, but it's exciting because it is
Yeah.
happening with everyone, even if they don't know what's happening.
I agree with that. And I've always said, and I stay in my little bubble, y'all, so I don't know what's going on out in the world. But because, when my guides, when I first started doing readings forever ago, my guides, that particular group of guides, they're no longer here with me, but they've moved on. But they said, no, Cinnamon, you're not learning how to do it, you're remembering how to do it. So stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. So I just stay in my lane. And I've never had any money, y'all. I'm so poor, can't even afford to pay attention. Was not anymore. So I've never had any money to take any kind of fancy classes or nothing. So I'm just in my little bubble. And for me, I call it the little mug of life experiences. And if it's all full of this black tar, life's pouring stuff on and it just falls off the sides. So what I am is your little spiritual spatula. And I'm going to get up in there and get that stuff out for you and flick it out on the picnic table, let it dry in the sun so you can pick through there and go, I don't want that. What the fuck is that doing in there? And then you can keep what you want and get rid of the rest. You know what I mean? And everybody is super duper powerful. So it's not like I'll teach you all about spiritual. Like, oh God, stop. No, I'm just here helping everybody else. We all help each other in our own ways. But I completely agree with you. I feel like just some people are not privy to what's happening deeper under the surface here in a spiritual way. That
Yes.
they just feel like I'm just hungry because I'm just hungry. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just having these crazy dreams just because whatever. I'm stressed. So
Yeah.
we just tend to think it's just us, but it's a bigger thing at work here, which is fascinating. So I
Well,
completely agree with you.
Yeah.
what's interesting, Cinnamon, is they were saying that as we're craving all these foods and this whole energy shift, that it's an energetic protein we need
Ooh.
of things that we have been depriving ourselves of, because I have to eat this, I have to eat this. But there's an energetic protein. It's got nothing to do with the protein that we
Right.
said.
As a mammal.
Energetic
Yeah.
protein that we need to move through these dimensions and all of these timelines breaking down and the energy that's coming in. So they're saying that's a huge piece. And I know people are going crazy. And that whole aspect of then, like for me, I really haven't had interrupted sleep, is more sleeping a lot, which I know the body heals and with sleep. It's like, man, how much sleep can I get?
It depends, and I'm going through waves. Like it'll be 3 days of this and a week of that, of sleep, and then I don't want to sleep at all, and then I'm jazzed at 3 a.m. and going, what in that? Why am I awake? I am no spring chicken. So I'm kind of all over the map. I just kind of roll with it because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Who you gonna write your complaint email to? You know what I mean?
Where's the inbox, right?
Right.
Cinnamon, I want to circle back on something you said because it's something that our listeners definitely find to be a juicy subject. They love hearing about guides and different stories. And you mentioned that you now have a new set of guides. And
I
this is
do.
what happens because as we move into higher consciousness, you get access, right, to new. Can you speak a little about like that transition about
I've
your
gone
kids? I know
through
that.
4
Wow.
sets of
Awesome.
guides thus far. And when I first started, I'm like, I'm gonna figure out this spiritual. This is long ago, y'all. Long ago and far away. I actually ordered, don't judge me, cassette tapes in the mail of meditation. This is how long it is ago. Like cassette tapes in the mail, and I put them in my little boom box, right? and I listened to the cassette tapes. And that was a completely different group of guides, and they were so gentle and sweet and lovely, and they said, okay, here we go, and then they said, okay, bye. I went, wait, what? Holy, wow, is this supposed to be this way? I had no reference point, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I don't know what I'm doing. And then this new guide comes in, and he seemed like scary, and his name was Victor, but Victor stayed. And Victor, when I would close my eyes, he'd be leaning against the wall with a cigarette, going, whatever. Like, do, girl, what are you doing? Just don't think, do. Like, I love him because he's snarky, right? And he comes back sometime. And we were best friends for like 20 years. So it was amazing. And then he backed up, and then a different guide and a different guide. And so I feel like I'm good at what I do because I'm autistic. I'm ADHD, I'm autistic and I'm ADHD. And the way my brain works is I go, oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Because why not? It's going to happen for somebody. Why not me? I don't know. Sure. And I'm extremely brilliant and extremely naive all in the same breath. So I just accept what is and I go, okay. So, and here's how it works. This is a guide that I don't talk to often, but here's how it works for me, right? I can't speak for anybody. But I was meditating and I was trying to do this chakra stuff and I was failing miserably. And I couldn't get all this funk up out of my solar plexus and I couldn't picture it and I was getting pissed, you know. And and then I saw this eagle in my mind's eye. I saw this eagle fly by and grab the funk out of my stomach and fly off. And I'm like, whoa, okay, cool. Is this like, am I okay? Like, did I, like, what's happening? What's happening? And then I went, okay, cool, cool, cool. I feel like it's a guide. All right. So give me a name. And I got like A, and I don't know. And, you know, I don't know what name it was. And then they showed me the Italy, like the shape, and I'm like, an A name. Oh, I got this, an Italian A name. Wait, I don't speak Italian. What the fuck I don't know what I'm doing. And so then when I just said, I quit, I'm not doing this anymore. And then I Google, like, what, you know, Italian eagle name. And it, lo and behold, well, it's the Latin name of this eagle that is in Italy, and it's Aguala.
Wow.
And so this is how she got it across to me because I can be slow, right? So this is how she had to show me what her name is. And she's like the remover of stuff, you know?
Ooh.
So this is how I help people. I ask their guides and their healing team and my guides to come down. But that's one of my specialties that I love the most, is introducing people to their spirit guides. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much because as far as capitalism goes, my business model is the worst because I want to make it so you don't need me.
Yeah.
Because I want to give you all of the power. I don't want to keep it. I don't want power over anybody else that turns my stomach. I want you to know your guides. And
Yeah.
so it's this really simple, easy process. And it's so much easier than people really think. You know, because I do all the stuff, right? I'm a psychic medium, an animal communicator, and I'm an energy healer and an amplifier, and I'm all the clairs, you know, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, blah, blah, all that stuff. So I do all of this, but that comes in waves too. And right now, I'm really supposed to help people meet their guides to just come up, not wake up. I feel like that's a bit rude of me. Well, it's time for you to wake up. No, no, no. But I mean, I feel like I want to, well, the purpose of me is to empower and inspire as many people as will let me.
Yeah. Yeah. When they're ready, when they say,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We Renee and I know if they come through our door and
Consent.
they're not ready, we already know. Okay,
And
this is gonna be a
consent.
one-way conversation. But yeah, when they
Willing
come
and
to you,
able.
yeah.
Willing
But-
and able. And I heal to the degree in which I'm allowed to.
yeah.
I heal to the degree in which I'm allowed. So I can't overstep whatever you've got going on. But people have to be willing and capable also. You know, it could be scary and challenging to do, and that's fine. We can do hard things. That, you know, it ain't rocket surgery. You just do it. You know, but are you really ready? And if you're
Exactly.
ready, come on, let's go. I got your back. And no matter what kind of scary shit you got going on, I've got your back. Because, you know, y'all, I came, year and a half ago, I came out of a dark decade of the soul. Not a dark night, a decade. It was more like 12 years of horrific depression and debilitating anxiety. And so for me, I now recognize that being joyful, as you hear it in my voice, just the thought of it, being joyful is a discipline. And my extreme lows, because I have complex PTSD, like I've been through a lot. So having that makes my joy so much better. It's the contrast, right? So no matter how bad you think your life is, I got you. Darkness, built a summer home there. I know my way in and out. I'm good. I wallow in that darkness. And now, you know what? Because I'm autistic, so I have this ridiculous confidence that I probably have no business having. But at this point, I'm like, honey, angels protect me and demons respect me. I'm good. Like, I don't even worry about anything because I'm just kind of bebopping through my life and doing my thing. Yeah. So there you go.
And you're free. And
yes.
You're free.
Yes. Because what I hate is sensationalism and fear-mongering. Well, you know, if you don't get that extra reading with me, if you've got that thing that's glomming on you. I'm like, what? Look, after Katrina, I lived through Hurricane Katrina. It's this big old thing because I'm from Mississippi, not like y'all can't tell by my voice. But I gave up everything in LA, moved back to Mississippi in 2005 and started a business there with my friend Angel. And it was this yoga studio and I was giving group readings and it was fantastic. And then Hurricane Katrina ate it. I'm like, really? God. But FEMA helped pay me to move up to Memphis. I lived up in Memphis for a while. And I went and got a reading from a woman there, and y'all, she literally said to me, she said, I see that you have lint in your aura, but I can cure that for an extra $250. Can you believe that? I'm like, no wonder people think psychics
Yeah.
are horrible people. And I'm like, but I'm too Southern. I wouldn't call her out. I just said, oh, no, thank you. And here's my $15. And I just left. But yeah, no, we're not all like that. And even if you've got darkness and icky stuff and people have told you you're cursed or hexed or all that, you got demons, you know, oh, can't work. You got to worry about the demons. And I tell people, I've been giving a reading so long, you'd think one of these little knuckle dragging mouth breezers makes me scared, but I just ain't happened. Ain't happened. Is there negativity? Totally. Are there scary little icky sticky things? Totally. But it's just like I told my son when he was little, because my son saw dead people all day long, so we called them ghosties with the mosties. Oh, it's just ghosties with the mosties. It's no big deal, so he wouldn't freak out. And so he just grew up thinking, well, dead people, living people, whatever in between, it's all the same. You wouldn't let some alive, living person walk into your bedroom at night and mess with you. Ew, no, you have boundaries across the board. It doesn't matter if they're living or dead or a non-human thing, or even the dogs. My little dog Crawfish is here. Even with animals, it's just the boundaries are what they are. It's not a big deal. You don't have to be afraid. And when that clicks in you, when you know your power, oof, boom, everybody just stay back, because now I know my worth.
Yes.
And now you are no longer allowed access to me. No. And then your whole world shifts. But that was a long time coming. I'm finally in my 50s figuring that out.
She's so cute. Well, and right now with this eclipse energy, we are all encouraged to stand in our own power and pay attention to your own
Yes.
energy. And it's like, so anybody listening, if you're not sure how to really get in touch with your spirit guides, we've given you multiple different hacks. Then, by all means, reach out to Cinnamon for a reading
And
and
it's
have her,
fun.
she's going to do an intro, and I love it. Can you
Literally.
give us
Like
an
we stand
idea?
in the field and I go, hi, here's
I,
da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
yeah,
We like
I love
hang
it.
out. Yeah.
That's what a fun way to meet your spirit guide.
Yeah, and it is fun, and obviously we laugh. I mean, we may cry, it's all like spiritual and all the good stuff, but also, and I want to say something about the guides too, and I really do respect and honor people talking to ascended masters and Jesus and Mary Magdalene, but my expertise is finding a guide named Jeff. Like it's like Bob, it's like Beth Ann. Like because these are the guides who come to you and are gonna be your frickin' friend. It'll be like Becky going, knock it off. What are you doing? Get up and go do the thing. So it's not some big meditative, fancy, schmancy pomp and circumstance. No, your guides are like your family and your friends. They're not your actual family. Spirit guides are spirit guides,
Right.
but they feel safe like your family, because that is a major thing for me, is safety. That's something I've never had in my entire life, and I had to make it myself. And so every
Bingo.
single thing I do, it's under, we call it now the kindness bubble.
Love
Even
that.
if I'm on TikTok, doing a live on TikTok, which is notorious for all kinds of horrible people, nope. It is this beautiful kindness bubble where people can come on and go, oh my God, my mom died yesterday. And you'll have 47 people chime in, oh my God, I'm here for you. Hey, are
Yeah.
you okay?
Give
Hey,
them love.
go follow me here and I'm gonna check in on you. Like what do you need from me? So, and I don't tolerate anything less, because I see through to the truth of who we really are.
Mm-hmm.
And so all this horse shittery that is all this insecurity and jealousy, no, I won't allow it anymore. I ain't nobody got time for that. So there you go. Just don't allow it. Don't allow it. Come up out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Because look at all you beautiful, amazing, powerful women. It's like I want everybody to go, come on, look, we're all dancing naked around the fire waiting for their asses. Where are they? Like late. Where are they? Come on, let's go. Because once you step into your power, everything shifts. And it doesn't mean that you get everything that you want when you want it. It's like this bink. No, that's not how that works. You know, but you can navigate through life smoother. There's an ease. And when you zoom out, you can see underneath the surface of things in a way that you couldn't before. And the time is shorter from pain in you to recognition of, oh, that makes sense. I know why that happened. The time is just shorter, right? So
Absolutely.
and I want not to be disrespectful, but I really would like everybody to step up into that. And I don't want to say, well, you have to be where I am. No, no, no. Y'all don't have to do shit. Nobody has to do what I say. And look, if people listening, if it does not resonating in your body, do not listen to my ass. Oh my word, no. Because only you know what's right for you.
Yeah.
It's true. And I am not for everybody. No.
We have a steadfast rule here. If it doesn't resonate with you, we provide parachutes for a safe landing.
Oh my God. See, I knew I was supposed to be here. Because so much of the spiritual community can be really hypocritical.
Yeah, and that's not
And
being spiritual at all.
no, right?
Judging
It's
is not being spiritual in any way. That's
and
the old
it
way. That's the old way that
yes.
didn't work.
Yes. And I'm a firm believer. Well, the more I know, the more I realize I don't know. And I have so much to learn. And when I'm learning, I'm happy. And if I am sort of topped out and my ADHD goes, nope, you're good. And I need to, and that means I'm the smartest person in the room at that point. Then I need a different room. Because I need to keep learning, because that's what keeps me happy. But, I had to, in order to make all of this kind of work for me, I literally broke up with my entire life a year and a half ago. I broke up with my life, like completely. And it was terrifying. But coming up and out of that dark decade of the soul, I said, okay, well, what do I do? And this was 2020 when everything crashed. And I was meditating, doing the ugly cry, going, what is my life? And then I said, Victor, what do I do? And he said, and I remember very distinctly, and my memory is like a colander, so it's saying some if I remember anything, but I remember him saying in his deep voice, he said, do what you think is the most impossible. So I did. I quit smoking cigarettes. My favorite thing. Oh, those cigarettes were my favorite thing. They were my best friend. Smoking cigarettes is my favorite thing. My mama, who she's going to be 81 this year, she quit smoking in 1980. And so we've made a pact. If one of us comes up with a terminal illness, we're going to show up at the other person's house with a carton of smokes and we're going for it. Right? But until then, no more smoking. So it started with that. And then it was like, okay, well, if I can do that, I can do anything. Why can't I do? Other people do it? Okay. And then I gave up caffeine. I'm like, I'm hyper anyway. What the hell? I mean, I don't need that. Like, I'm bouncing off the wall. After this, I'll have to rest because I'm like, boo, ADHD. So I gave that up. And then I said, I don't know what I want. So I just had to do it the simple way, which is make a list of stuff I hate. And then I made a list of stuff that's the opposite of that. And that was my to-do list.
Love that.
And so I literally let all my friends break up with me. And I moved out of Los Angeles and made a little home for myself in the forest, and made a new life for myself in the forest. And then I started understanding what my body needs, because that's the secret, I think, is I know we understand logically that we're not our bodies, that you are, a spiritual being having a human experience. But the thing is I'm a behaviorist. I mean, little crawfish is here, but I've been working with animals for ever since God was a boy, and I thought that was my life. And I work with these highly aggressive dogs. This is my specialty. I work with kind of Corso and Presa Canario and Argentinian Dogo, Neapolitan Mastiffs, and I've had little fighting dogs, little pit bulls since forever. 30 years I've had these, 30 years. So I recognize on a different level, like, wait, no, but for realsies, you're not your body. Having a body is like having a pet. You have to brush the fur, you have to walk it. You have to feed it appropriate. You have to socialize the damn thing. You have to take it to the, it's a pain in the ass. And I swear I fought it for, if I did not have a body, do y'all know how much shit I could get done in a day? Oh, you have to feed it 3 times. Like I have shit to do. And this was part of my problem though, because for most of us, we would just do it. Like I have things to do. So it's like having a pet you don't take care of. And not take care of like, well, you need a bath and some chocolates and that's cool. But no, no, no. It's different than that. What does your body really need? Because here's the thing. People will come to me and they'll go, well, I've got this back problem and I want you to heal me. And I go, you sure? Because here's the thing. If you want to heal yourself and you want me to, like, I can help you to a certain degree, but you got to carry the baton forward. So I can heal you for the moment, but if you have lower back problems, really this is what this means. This probably means, not for everybody, but this probably means you need to divorce that man. Because he's a knuckle dragging mouth breather, another one right there for you. And boy, he's dragging you down so that gum far I mean, no, you need to quit that damn job because they're toxic and their hands, what is she doing? Did you hear she did that? And I can't even believe she wore that. What is she thinking? No, 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 quit that job. And you need to go no contact with that family member because they won't acknowledge what happened to you when you were a little kid. And people go, wait. But that's how you heal, truly. And now, of course, the science, as always, it's finally catching up as it does. Science is always trying to catch up with what we know to be true. And now we know 80% of people diagnosed with any kind of issue where your body is fighting itself, right? And arthritis and fibromyalgia. And this is women. It's women. It's 80% women. So
It's dis-ease in the body is what it is. Yeah. And we
yes,
talk about this a lot about how energy stuck is really it's energy that's stuck in your body that is ready
yes.
to be healed. The
And
beauty is with
it's a
it's
little flag like, hey, look at me.
yeah, it's not your body didn't do it to you. It's
No.
an experience that you invited in. And Renee, I would love your because Renee does amazing energy healing too. I would love your
Ooh.
take on this, what
I,
Cinnamon just
she
said.
just, Cinnamon, you're just saying everything like so perfect. I'm just like, yes, yes, yes.
Ah!
It's like perfect. And you're right. So I mean, honestly, I have no, I have
No
no
notes.
here because she's got a girlfriend. Like,
Well, and again, I feel like I'm good at what I do because I am outside looking in. Autistic people have a different way in which we view the world. A little Viewmaster viewer, right? Do you remember a little Viewmaster
Yeah.
viewer? We've taken out the Mutual of Wild Omaha animal disc and we like put in a different one. And so we see the world in a way that is a little different. That's all. And so I can see myself objectively and go, oh, that's fascinating. This hurts and this hurts. Well, logically, I mean, we're like Spock. Logically speaking, every single thing that we have going on physically, there is a spiritual counterpart. And, it ain't rocket surgery. You just Google it. Spiritual meaning of, my foot hurts. Like, it's right there. It's right there for you right now. So it's what can you not stand in your life anymore? Okay, well, if you want to heal that, get it done. And the thing is I am a healer. I'm sure Renee, you're the same. And I just am finally really understanding this past decade has been an ego death for me to get rid of the dog business and an understanding of how my physical body works this go round. And my physical body is a healer and it heals autonomically. It's like my breathing, my respiration, my digestion. And so I have to be very, very mindful with whom I give access to me. Because if they refuse to work on themselves, I end up in the hospital because it's happened before. So I have to be very mindful with whom I allow in. And so I have really culled my entire life. And there's the thing too, when you start getting your shit together, it gets lonely for a minute. So everybody, we kind of don't recognize it when we're in it. We were kind of like sad and depressed and, well, I just kind of want to not think.
Yeah.
I
You
just
had to
kind of,
cocoon. You had to cocoon for a minute.
I
You
did,
had to
well,
cocoon
yeah,
for a minute.
yeah, for a good long while there. Well, and that's what we forget too, like cocoon, and when the caterpillar goes in there, it turns to absolute mush. It just disintegrates. Like that, I was disintegrated for a
Yeah.
long time. And now, and I wouldn't say I'm flying just yet. I would say my wings are drying. I'm sitting on the leaf. My wings are drying. I'm kind of looking around going, okay, I just may be able to be all right. Isn't that something? Can you even believe that? I worked really long and hard to actually not fight myself because I don't want autoimmune disease. I don't. So I had to learn to get in tune with me and having grace with me and understanding, okay, the body that I'm in this time is an autistic one. Okay, what does it need? Well, it needs more trees than people. It can't handle the heat. I can only do one or two things outside of the house in a day. If I socialize a lot, I'll need sleep. Neurotypical people are like a PC and neurodivergent people are like a Mac. We're both very high functioning. We just have to do it in different ways. That's all. There's nothing wrong with me. I just
No.
need to create. Well, I decided in 2020, that's it. I'm going to create a life that's so perfectly suited for me that I don't want to escape it.
Oh, I love that.
And I'm
And you
not
have an
going to put my
acute,
body into a life that it
yeah.
hates.
And know what's amazing? What I love hearing here, Cinnamon, is that you have an acute awareness. Your awareness is so acute and focused. And this is something that we're encouraging people who are listening to this show
I think that's
do
ADHD,
you
ain't it?
notice? Well, but you know what I call it? I call it amplified focus. Like that's a
Oh,
gift.
that's a way better
It's
terminology.
well, because it's a gift. Because at the end of the day, the truth of who we are, when we see that, that's where our ease and grace comes in. That's where the fun comes in. That's when, right?
Yes.
You're creating from a space of fun and love. And so
Because I hated
until you,
myself
yeah, until you come to that
before.
awareness, see, and now it's so easy to love yourself because,
Yes.
right? You've
Well, because
got
I'm
that.
fucked up like everybody else, and
Yeah.
that's okay. Because I'm just like my little dog crawfish right here. And,
Yeah.
and this is what I told my son when he had, thoughts like, oh, I messed up again. Oh, I can never do anything right. I said, would you say those things to crawfish? And he went, oh, no, I would never. He would never. So that's what we do when we have
Yeah.
self-talk that goes awry. We're driving it off into the ditch. He thinks about crawfish, saying it to crawfish's little face. And I think about him when he was a little baby, when he
Yeah.
was
You
like
would
3 years
never,
old. I
right?
would never.
Or if you
And
put
I
yourself
deserve,
down, right? Would you
well,
take that from a stranger? No, you
and
tell them
here's
to
the
fuck
thing.
off.
And I tell people, look, imagine it this way. You and another being on a different planet, y'all have swapped bodies just for a little while, and you're caretaking this one. You're going to have to give it back in a minute. How embarrassed are you fixing to be? That you just ran it to the dadgum ground and you fed it crap all the time and you hated it. You hated it so much it got all sick and jacked up, and now you have to hand it back. Oh, honey, you're going to be mortified. You better get your shit together. So and at least love your body as much as you do your damn pet. I mean, come on. I mean, we get in these
Well
bodies
said.
and then we do all this like spiritual stuff that's not spiritual. And that's like a screen door in a submarine. That ain't going to help you none at all. I mean, you have to really do it and really love yourself. And you can't just put lipstick on a pig. You got to get down there deep and go, no, how do I love myself? And I don't even know how to answer that. How did y'all learn
It's,
how to do it?
whew, it's different. I think it's different for all of us.
That
Um,
makes sense.
for me, the first thing I had to realize is that the true unconditional love has to come from me, and you have to let
Yeah.
go of that desire to get it from outside of you.
Oh, yeah.
And then though, when you make that shift, there's like so much power in that. And I loved that analogy you just said of what if you swapped with an alien? Are you gonna like, right? Or it's
Embarrassed.
like trashing a rental car. You got to turn
Oh
it in
my
if you're gonna pay
God.
the price, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
what a great analogy. And I think the more and it's a process. I mean, especially if someone, depending on your childhood experience, when
Yeah.
people would
Ain't
say to
good.
me,
Mine.
oh, tap into Mother Mary's love. I didn't know what that was. And then it was like, well, wait. And because we, as children, a lot of us, may have felt that we had a lack of love. The truth is, the love
Yeah.
has always been in us, right? But we
Yeah.
experienced a perceived lack of love. And then you spend your whole life trying to find it outside. And
Well,
then
and don't you think it's a combo? Because we're in
it's,
this little carbon-based life form, this little
yeah,
mammal body, so it's got wants, needs, and desires that are completely different than our
yeah.
own.
Yeah, because we
And
want
and
community, right? We want community and so forth and
Safety.
safety. Yeah. And then, but when you find that inside and
Yeah.
it starts, it's awkward. I did that mirror exercise where you look in the mirror and go, I love you. I love you. I was
Oh,
telling
that
on the
freaks me out. I
story.
can't do that.
I, I wrote it on the mirror in lipstick and my partner walked by and said, did you join a cult?
Oh
Well,
God.
because it
Yes,
was
and I gave
awkward.
them all their money.
I had to practice it that
Yeah.
way because I literally be like one eye open going, I love you. Like it was
Yeah.
like, ooh. And then now it's easy for me to walk by and go, hey, we got this. I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was animals for me
Yeah.
because the recognition that that's all this is, and how dare I be so cruel to it? Who the hell do
Yeah.
I think I am? I would never do that. And I have had thousands of dogs through my house. Like,
Yeah.
I taught group classes for 18 years for highly aggressive dogs, like coming double leash, frothing at the mouth, like that. Like it was, woo! And actually, quick aside, the man who owned that place where I taught those classes for forever gave me the best compliment I've ever had in my life. And he said, Cinnamon, you're like Sidney Poitier in To Sir with Love, that movie. He said, the kids come in really mean and horrible and awful and smoking. And at the end, they leave ladies and gentlemen. And then in the next week you have love. And I could do that because of the energy. I never had an incident in class because the dogs would tell me I'm freaking out. Go, okay, got your back. And it was fine. But I feel like it was the animals that taught me how to do it. Because I would not have done it any other way, because my drive to change the world so people viewed non-human animals in a different way was so all-consuming. I lived, breathed, dreamed, everything was about animal behavior and getting them to a place where there is mutual respect. And now we're there.
Yeah.
And now we're there. And I can back off and now do other things. Like like that. My job is done there, and I can do other things. But I'm assuming you're right. Right? It's got to be different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like
How
me,
you
it was
connect to
animals.
that.
You were lipstick on the mirror and like a lot of hard work. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
It was it was an awkward, but you hit a point where you go, oh my gosh, like you said, I wish I had heard what you just said 5 years ago, because that perspective is so direct and real. And it's like, wait, would you treat your animal like this?
oh
I'm
my
like you,
gosh,
I love
ever.
dogs. Like I want to steal every dog I see on the street. It's like, so for me, and
Well,
it's true, it's like, would you say that? And then you go, wait, why would I talk to myself that way? Right?
and
Yeah.
yes, and I'm a firm believer. Again, having a body is like having a pet. It's like adopting a little dog out of the shelter. It's got some issues, ain't we all? And then you're taking it to the dog park, which is your life, and the dog is miserable. And you're like, no, 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 la, 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 la. It's fine. This is what we do. This is what we do. And the dog is miserable. And so if the dog is miserable, it's a bleed back. What we call in behavior is a bleed back. So then the dog hates the shoes that you wear on Saturdays, hates the leash, hates the car, hides under the bed, snapping at people. And then if none of that works, the dog's body gets sick.
Wow.
So this is what we do too. We are no different than any other animal on this planet. We are no different. And so my big question for everybody listening is, what are the big things, what are the people, places, and things that make your body feel like you're dragging it to the freaking dog park? What is it in your life that is making you go, no, I don't have any energy for myself? I'm a single mom. Hey, I'm a single mom, so I'm not even going to put myself on the back burner. I'm going to take myself off the stove altogether. No, 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 no. Where are you hemorrhaging this energy in your world? Is it your job? Put out resumes right now, this week. Right now, this week. And put out resumes for jobs you never in a million years thought you could do. All they do say no. It's going to be somebody, why not you? Take a freaking leap. Shore up your energy. Get your feathers straight so you can feel what's going on in you first and foremost. Because I tell you what, mama dogs don't mess around. If mama dogs keep everybody the hell away from them, so they retain their energy so they can take care of their babies until those babies are old enough to take care of themselves. And they do it to such a degree, because I've worked horses and all kind of other house cats and you name it, worked tigers and like wolves and stuff and TV show. But even the mares, the baby will get big enough to be on their own, and that mare will scream and kick out. Like, no, I've got to be okay. I've got to be okay. So where is it for you? What are the people, places, and things that make your body feel like you're shoving a cat in a bathtub? You know, like what is going on there? And now this is your year to start weeding that gum garden of yours. Because let me tell you, it could be full of flowers. And if you just get some little bits, and you just, if you do little bits, think about this time next year. Oh, holy shit. It's going to be this big, fancy botanical gum garden. And you did it yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the energy supporting it.
I know. It's the coolest freaking thing ever.
Yeah. It's,
Are you
the
kidding?
fertilizer's on steroids right now.
Yes, and we're not swimming upstream anymore.
No.
And we're not drowning anymore. And, you know, because since I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12, my guides put in my head, life is a sea of karma, right? And sometimes we're drowning, sometimes we're floating, sometimes we're swimming, which is really cool. But, you know, when you get close to the boat, which I think all of us are like, yeah, all right, cool. We're getting in the boat sometimes, getting in the water sometimes. Like we've kind of figured it out. So when you're getting close to the boat, those people, places, and things around you that drain your energy, not talking about your kids, y'all. Not talking, you got to take care of your dadgum kids. This is what it is. But if you've got people around you who are sucking the life out of you, I guarantee you, they will inadvertently push your head under the water to get in that boat. And then they're going to look around and go, well, where'd they go? Well, you drown them. Holy crap. But they don't know no better, y'all. They don't know no better. So swim away. Be alone. Swim by yourself a minute. Whew. And before you know it, you're going to be seeing people around you who are swimming like you are. Woo! And then you're resonating with them. And then you're in this groove. And then you go, you got this. Come on, you got this. And they'll be telling you the same thing. And then you found your tribe. And then you're going to support each other so beautifully, you get to that boat much faster.
Yep.
But if you're stuck out in the middle of the South Pacific, out in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of people going, I don't know, and I can't swim, and I can't quit my job because this is what, oh my God, quit it, swim. Do you know where you're going? Maybe not, no, but I tell you this too, life is like connect the dots. We don't see the whole thing till we're done. So all you got to do is get from 12 to 13 to 14 to 15. That's your only job. That's your only job. And you do that by doing what feels good. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent. I apologize.
No,
Y'all, I can talk forever.
No. Don't apologize for any of that. This is perfect. It's exact what you just said was you just summed it up perfectly, Cinnamon. And if we look at the dolphins, right?
Yeah.
Like I was picturing dolphins when you were saying that. And we say this, you know, your tribe is there. But
Oh, yeah.
when you become your more and more of your authentic self, that's when you start to, that's where the commune comes in. Right.
That's
and
what I
do,
did.
and then you inspire the guy back there that was saying, oh no, you know, I'm mad at my mom. And oh, I got bullied when I was 5. And
Yeah.
like, they're still carrying that backpack. Let go of the backpack.
Because
You
it's
know, we
drowning your
said-
ass. It's
Yeah,
heavy.
like we're talking about in this eclipse energy, you're going in naked. You're going
Yeah.
in naked and just go. And you can't drag anything along. You're not meant to, but you're not alone. If anything, you're just, it's a bigger, wider, open opportunity. And you don't pick up any backpacks anymore because you're living clean, creating.
Very true.
Right?
Very true. And I feel like for autistic people, you know, I've masked my whole life. This is what autistic people do. So, you know, it was always, oh, is that Cinnamon? You could put her anywhere on the planet and she'll be, I can turn it on. Hi, and I can make friends and I can get by, but it's exhausting because you lose yourself. You have no idea who you are. And in 2020, when I had the burnout, that's when I realized, oh, snap. Oh, I'm autistic. What the? And then there was so much grief connected to that because I look back like, man, in Mississippi in the 70s, it sure would have been nice to know how my brain worked, that I have a neurotype that's different than most people on this planet, but I masked my whole life. And so I have always struggled. I have never really, my gears have never caught. I've never really moved forward until last September, and I was on John's show. I just emailed him, just again crying, like he's never gonna let me do. And let me tell y'all, this time last year, I was going to do this event, right? It's like 2 hours and it's only $100, and I send it out to the whole TikToks of it all, and I have like 20,000 followers on the TikToks, and it's not a lot, but it's, it's decent. And then do like a newsletter thingy, which I still can't do. My friend did it, but anyway, I sent that out, and I was so excited, and then I got one person signed up, and she didn't even show y'all. She forgot. So when I know, right? This has been my whole life though. It's been just like that. So when I was on John's show that day, that's it was September, I think, last year, I cried all that. All I do is cry. Holy shit. But I cried all that day, and I'm like, that's it, universe, fuck you, that's it. I quit. I am gonna work at AutoZone. It was like the most opposite thing I could think of. Just to like, and I showed you. Oh, it's so dumb. But I said, that's it. This is it. I'm not gonna do it anymore. So I washed my face, put on my lipstick. Put on your lipstick and get in the ring, y'all. Put on my lipstick and did the show. And after the show, I'm like, well, that was great. And he said, make the calendar right so people can book. And I thought, I did it half-assed because nobody buys anything from me, so what's the fucking point? But when I was on that show, I said, that's it, I'm not gonna mask anymore. I'm gonna be my big weird ass self, and fuck them if they can't take a joke, because you know what, AutoZone awaits. Here we go. And after it was done, I washed my face, drunk a bunch of red wine, ate some potato chips, and went to bed. And then the next morning I was overbooked.
Yep. I remember that. Because I saw you on that appearance, and you could tell people were, but this is such a perfect example. Rip the mask off and
Who
be
cares?
you.
What do you have to lose?
And know what? This is where what you did is you allowed the highest and best of your own good to come in.
Terrifying.
And it did.
Terrifying.
And look,
Scary.
and it turned into it connected with an abundance that you had not seen before. And then and I remember he had you come back on, and it was the same thing.
And I told that story too. I'm like, yo, I was crying the last time. Wait till you hear this. Because fuck it, I literally have nothing to lose. And I feel like I have been camouflaged my entire life. No wonder nobody could find me. They didn't know that I was there. Because I had, perfection all around me, because I'm from Mississippi. That's what you do. You don't air your dirty laundry. If you don't have anything nice, say, don't say anything at all. Don't be ugly, be sweet. This is how we're raised. And now I'm like, yeah, that ain't working for me. I am officially the fly in the ointment, y'all. Okay, that ain't working for me. So
you've got to tell people when it doesn't resonate. You got to tell them this.
Well, I never knew
you know what? I'm
that.
not feeling it. No, none of us did. And it's like, it's okay to say, oh, I'm not feeling that. I don't want to attend. Without, and what do we used to do? I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I actually don't want to go. That doesn't sound appealing to me. And no, you don't have to be mean about it, but you can just say, I'm not feeling it. I'm politely, respectfully declining, whatever words, you're comfortable with, but, and that's freedom right there.
Oh my gosh,
why are you showing up to 19 different events that you're not in alignment with? And then this is what we're saying. What does my heart want? Go follow that. Go follow that. And then be you. Being you, the universe pays.
I agree. And it was terrifying for me.
Yeah.
No joke. It was scared. I released my business that I've been doing since 1999. Oh my God. But I had complex PTSD. Yeah. When you work at South Central Animal Shelter as
oh wow.
Ooh. And I was a veterinary technician, emergency clinics for 15 years. Dumbass, what am I thinking? What? That is the stupidest freaking thing in the whole world. But my desire to shift that was so great. But I was always camouflaged. And I was who people needed me to be in the moment. And I really truly thought I was here to serve. And so when we moved into this little place, my son and I moved here almost a year ago, and I was unpacking as you do. And I pulled out all the boxes of, Susie Orman and Smart Women Finish Rich and Dave Ramsey and Napoleon Hill and all these books to make you rich, right? It don't work, y'all. Spoiler alert, it don't work. But then it finally clicked in my head like, oh, wait a minute. It's not the money, it's my freaking self-loathing. Whoa. So I don't need to work on the money. I need to work on how do I and not love. Love is what it is. Yeah, I mean, you can love your weird ass uncle. Doesn't mean you have to like him. You know, like is the thing. Like is the goodness. Like is underneath the surface of you. All that weird stuff you don't want to display at the dinner table. But do you like yourself knowing all that stuff is there? That's where. Because I'm autistic. I don't know how to do anything half-assed. I dive down to the Mariana Trench and I'm digging through each little freaking shell. You know, good Lord, it's ridiculous. I wish I smoked pot. That'd help me a lot, but I don't. Makes me paranoid. But I feel like, can you go underneath the surface of you and go, you know what? You're just as jacked up as Cinnamon's little dog Crawfish is here. You know, you're just as jacked up as this little cat that you adopted. You're just as jacked up as everybody else. And I'm a recovering perfectionist, and if I can do it, everybody can. For real. For real. I mean, you just power through, I guess, you know, and realize that get comfortable with feeling a little off,
Yeah. Yeah.
because as soon as you smooth out, new level, new devil, honey, new level, new devil, you get up to another one, you feel all off. Get up to another one. At least that's what I do, and I am very driven to be the best I can be. I don't compete. I don't know what's happening outside. I never leave my house because I'm an introvert. But but I want to be the best version of me, because when I hear my guides and my healing team and you know, deceased people, because I've done medium stuff for her, they go, just would you stop? And I know this is cliche, but they go, look, would you stop? The amount of waterfalls alone on that planet are mesmerizing. Think of all the birds. It makes me I want to cry. Think of all of the flowers here and all of the different smells and textures and feelings and tastes and emotions. We're not here to feel good all the time. We're always striving for that. That's not the point. We're here to feel all of the things. And if you need to go down deep and rustle from some feathers and fuck it all up and rock that boat and turn that boat upside down, that's okay. That's what you need to do, because then you can swim away from all the things that make you feel you need to be camouflaged or people won't love you. They will love you. The bigger and more authentic you are, who knew? Everybody but me, I guess. I don't know. Who knew that if you because when my guide said, go on TikTok, I'm like, are you on glue? Have you met me? Like, I am a spat. I never shut up. People are going to be like, oh, delete, you know, but who knew, like, other spazzy people, it's okay that I'm a spaz. Other spazzy people like me. Who knew people would like me?
Well, they love you, not your mask. And when
Ooh,
we're looking for someone to love our mask, it's not authentic. So that's why there's no connection there. And if you
yeah,
think we're all souls in a body, right?
yeah,
And so let your soul shine. And
yeah.
yeah, they love you. They
Well,
truly
I
love
never
you.
knew that was a thing.
Yeah, and we have to love ourselves enough to let ourselves out. And by the way, you are not the only girl, sister, that wore some masks. I
Yeah.
promise you. There's going to be a
Isn't
lot.
it everybody?
There's a pile of unused masks lying somewhere right now, and it's growing as we speak.
And I think it's everybody, especially for women, because we have been indoctrinated. You know, this is why patriarchy is crumbling, because a man's job is to have a job. That's it. That's it. A woman's job is to do everything else. So we buffer that man and make sure that he never experiences discomfort or shame in any way.
Yeah.
That has
Well,
been the
this
purpose of us for thousands
yeah,
of years. It's
and
all
it
crumbling
failed.
now.
Yeah.
So now, oh,
All
miserable.
labels. All labels are gone, Cinnamon, and it's great because everybody
Miserable.
gets to step into their own power
They're
now,
that powerful.
right? Yeah.
Yes, they're forced to grow.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
nice.
and they
We all
have
are.
to. Yeah, 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 yeah. We've
We
just been
all
doing it
are.
longer. Women have been doing it longer. But the men will catch up. May take a minute, but I know they'll catch up. And there's some good ones who are leading the way. Thank goodness. Anyway, my word, y'all, I could talk forever.
Cute.
I may have some stuff to say, you think? Oh dear.
I think what's awesome is your awareness, and for me, the big takeaway here is always being aware and being authentic, because when Cinnamon wasn't, and when a lot of us we're not, that's when everything was struggling. But when you finally have that awareness that I need to get out of this, And, regardless of what labels, people, put on us, or, medical teams, whatever, it's getting beyond it and just honoring you, what you're
Yeah.
hearing, what you're feeling, and allowing that, because when you're that's when you find your tribe. Before that,
Yes, they
it's
can
all those
see you.
people. Yeah, it's all those people that will just, drag you down and make you feel shitty because you're growing beyond them. So yeah, I love that whole aspect. Tracy, I'd love to hear your take on this.
A couple things that I loved. Just Cinnamon, you're such a great example of all of it. And that's a big thing for me. I know I like to experience all of life and to try and take the good and the bad and the right and the wrong. And I like the whole spectrum, all
Oh,
of
for
it.
sure.
And we can get something valuable from it all. And I loved what you said. You're just as brilliant as you are naive, because isn't that an amazing formula? We look at kids,
Yeah.
baby kids, and they're so brilliant. And we actually, as a society, steal that from
Squish
them.
it.
We do. So it's amazing that that can still flourish in people. And I do think, if you say autism, it's that amazing awareness of the brilliance and beauty of all that life is. And it's fabulous. And questioning why, little kids, well, why? Well, why? Well, why? I think, we need to get that back. Let's
Oh,
question
agreed.
everything.
Absolutely agreed. And I feel like autistic people tend to be the magic people
Yes.
because of the way that our brains work. It lends itself to that. And in my head, I do the why. When you manifest, people go, "Oh, I love it," and I go, "No, no, no. Why am I so ridiculously wealthy? Let me tell you why." Here we go. I am like, yeah, and so I just go off in my head. Well, why am I so joyful? Well, I am joyful because, and I rattle off the list. And why is my life so magical? And I rattle off I do the why all the time. Well, why does this happen? Well, why can't I look under the surface of that? Well, why would a dog behave in this way? But it only makes sense that it would be this, this, or this. I delve down into everything. Which is a blessing and a bit of a curse sometimes, but this is a special interest for an autistic person. This is why we have special interests. I'm just very blessed, and my special interest tends to be spirituality and dog behavior. So, and being an animal communicator just kind of helps all that squidge and swinge together. So yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it's time to question everything.
Yeah. It's an
Everything.
innocent curiosity.
Yes, absolutely. And instead of it being an innocent arrogance, right? I feel like we have an innocent arrogance to, well, this is the way that it is because it's always been this way. And that's no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. I'm not fixing to throw a wrench all up into that mess you've got going on right there, because that's not the way it needs to be. Just as some old white dude said that's the way it is, I don't listen to that shit at all. I'm fixing to forge a new path with my little machete over here in the wilderness by myself, because I don't care to do what y'all have done all this time. Y'all, again, nobody has to do it like I do it. I just jump in the pool. I don't even know if there's water in there. I just go, woo! And let's see how we land. Sometimes it's all cockeyed and jacked up and I popped a hip out of socket. Sometimes I laugh, and land perfectly, and you never know. But I always do seem to figure it out. But now I want smooth. Now I want ease and peace. And now I know, for those of us who are really allowing in our authenticity, that our trauma, we won't acquire any new.
Correct.
Our trauma is completed. We won't acquire any
We're done.
new. We can process the old and release that, and now we can actually create a life, well, that is so perfectly suited for us that we don't want to escape it.
Wow.
And every one of them is going to look a little different, and yours doesn't have to look like anybody else's. And you can do it your way and be as weird as you like. And that's the beauty of being here, because that's the point of us being here, is to create.
Mhm.
And every one of us has our own sort of thing that we wanted to experience down here. So don't let anybody take that away from you. No. Shit, no. Tell them I said it. Blame me. I don't
I
care.
love it. You guys heard it here. You guys heard it here. Cinnamon just told
I
you
got
how it
it.
is. That was wow. This hour went by so quickly. Ladies, any closing thoughts? And by the way, for everyone listening, we will be putting into the comment section of the YouTube podcast site we will be putting contact information for all of you who want to have we highly recommend a session with Cinnamon. As you can tell, it's going to be fun and honest and direct, and she's going to introduce you to your spirit guide. So if you feel like that's an area that you're curious about and want to learn more about it, we really encourage you to do that. Tracy, Renee, any closing thoughts here?
Tracy, anything?
I just want to say, I hope everyone really got Cinnamon. One of the many reasons she is so lovable is she is fun and she is real. And she goes back to, the animals and nature. And that's the basics. And it's the simplicity and it's the beauty of all of life. So I just think you so amazingly present it with your funny stories and your amazing energy and joy. I just think that is amazing and beautiful and very valuable right now. So thank you. I love it.
Thank you.
And I would encourage people to come back, listen to this a few times, because she's given a ton of information, a ton of energy that's come off of her. And this is going to sound really bizarre, but after you've listened to her a few times, put it on mute and just feel the energy coming at you, because it was off the fucking charts, people. Let me tell you, feel it, and it's up inside.
You have no idea. Really?
Yeah,
that's so cool. Yeah. I didn't even know that's going on. I don't I pay attention, but not that deep. I don't even know that's going on.
That's what makes you so freaking awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm fancier than I thought. Look at that.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, and we hope that you will. I highly encourage you to come back and listen and feel. We have always said that these episodes are all energetic transmissions. And man, Cinnamon, we cannot thank you enough for just sharing so much love and joy and laughter, because seriously, would you rather be doing anything else other than laughing for an hour? Hell no, right? So thank you again. And remember, everyone, to hit the like button and keep subscribing. And we totally want to hear your feedback and comments about Cinnamon's amazing visit. And keep riding that wave. The eclipse wave will continue for, a couple of days past the actual event. So just, put on your seatbelt and enjoy the speedboat ride. We're all in it together. So love you guys, and thank you again, Cinnamon.
Thanks y'all so much for letting me be here. Thank you.
Thank you.